Hey, what's up, guys? It's Napoleon here. Now, I bought the Dead by Daylight new chapter, Forged in Fog. Played with the new killer, the Knight. And overall, I'm kind of disappointed with the way that he works. A lot of fans are disappointed. The release was terrible. I do think he needs a buff, but I'm just going to go over some of the points that I didn't really like with him. Just some critiques. He really did fall off. He wasn't even on top. He's just a very mediocre killer. I'd nickname him like a worse artist because he does everything that artist does, but just like 4 times better. It's very niche. Starting off with his perks, the Knight's perks. So he has 3 perks: Hex, Face the Darkness, Hubris, and Nowhere to Hide. I'm gonna be the first one to say it. I don't think these perks are extremely well. Sure, they'd work on. They're very niche in the sense that they would work with. I don't know. I can't think of any ideas right away, but there are problems with these perks. Hex, Face the Darkness. It's just kind of unnecessary. There are way better hex perks that you can run. You know, if you're gonna go for an all hex build, you know, Pentimento, Devour, Third Seal even, and then Ruin, and then the Blight's Hex perk. I forgot the name of the Blight's perk. I had a brain fart moment. But yeah, Hex Face the Darkness, what it does is it makes survivors outside your tower radius scream intermittently, which is like randomly, and it reveals their aura for 2 seconds. And other survivors can also see the aura of a cursed survivor. It's okay. It's kind of like an on and off perk because when a survivor becomes injured, the Hex totem becomes dull and the perk deactivates. But I feel like it just wouldn't really work. It's very niche. It really is very niche. I can't really think of any build that would really work with this perk. I just don't think it's very good. Going on to Hubris. Whenever you're stunned by a survivor, they suffer from the exposed status effect for 20 seconds, and it does have a 20-second cooldown. Now, I think it would. I feel like it's okay. You know, this isn't a terrible perk. I don't think any of the Knight's perks are terrible. They're just very niche and situational. The only way that this would really work is with Hillbilly's perk. I forgot the name of that too. I'm having a brain fart moment. I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, that perk makes you 50%. It allows you to go through the stun animations 50% faster. So I feel like it would work with that. But even then, it's super easy to just press W, or like if they stun you at Shack. And a lot of these loops are it's kind of hard to hit someone after they stun you, because you break the pallet. They just press W. They go away. You try and play around it. That takes unless you're a really good killer, that takes way more than 20 seconds. And chances are you're not really going to be getting a lot of value with Hubris. Now, Nowhere to Hide is very interesting. I found a little bit of success using it with Dragon's Grip from Blight. I think it's pretty good, and I would probably run it on Wraith. Cloak, go up, activate Dragon's Grip, kick the gen, see that a survivor is hiding, you know, behind a tree or something, pretend to go away, maybe loop back, and then when they go and touch it, you just uncloak and use the speed boost to hit them. That's what comes to my mind, but I think it's not that good. By the way, so whenever you damage a generator, it reveals the aura of all survivors standing within 24 meters of your position for 5 seconds. I mean, I think it's an okay perk. I'd say that that's probably his best perk. If you're really asking me, I do think that that's his best perk. Just for the fact that it gives you aura reading and you can see where these people are. And it just gives you so much information. The information value is crazy. But yeah, I think this would work on a variety of builds. And it's definitely a very interesting perk that I'm very excited to see people utilize in better builds. Moving on to his power, his main power is summoning 3 guards in a rotation to, I don't know, to help you attack. Yeah, so he has the Carnifex, the Assassin, and the Jailer. His power is pretty much useless. The guards are bugged. The pathfinding is horrendous to the point where they're very useless in a chase. And I'll tell you why. You can't use this as a stealth. Like, you can't send out your guards, to go hit a faraway gen. You can't do that because one, they make a loud ass sound, so every survivor clears out in a mile radius, so that's terrible. And second of all, even when they do get in, you know, a chase, they are very slow. Like, it takes 30 seconds for them to catch up, and by then your power is over. I dare say there's almost no, you know, use for these. If you really want to play a killer like this, play Artist. Artist is probably easier, works better, and I do think Artist is more efficient than this. You can't use your power in Chase because the time it takes for you to use your power and then make a path, by that time the survivor already hears the sound cue, they see the flag go up, and they're out of there. And you know for a fact that the guard's not going to do anything because the guard pathfinding is horrendous, and even when a survivor is in the radius, it takes them 15 seconds to locate them and then, you know, start running. So, and by the time you get out of the power animation, the survivor is already away, and I'm going to show a clip of that because that did happen to me in a game. His power is practically unusable in Chase, unless you're on like a large scale, but even then it's really hit or miss, because once the survivor hears the sound cue for your power, they're booking it out of there. They're out of there, and you can't stop them, because you can't see scratch marks when you use your power, so you gotta wait, like what, 10 seconds? Yeah, I don't know, 5-10 seconds for your power to stop, and then you can move, and then by then they're long gone. It's a very frustrating power, it really is. Very tough, very tough. Oh, my cat just sneezed. Alright. Going on to his add-ons, the Knight probably has some of the worst add-ons in the game. Like, these are straight terrible. His best add-ons are, like, brown. And I know Otsdarva literally just made a video about how OP his add-ons are. But both of those got nerfed already, and they're terrible. And these are very, like, just random add-ons. Like these ultra-rare add-ons, look at this. Knight's Contract. Every 4th guard summoned causes survivors within 8 meters of that guard to suffer from the exposed status effect. Well, first of all, you're not going to be summoning a guard within 8 meters of... You're not going to be summoning a guard within 8 meters of your survivor because they're just going to run away. It's hard to find them when you use your power. You know they're working on a gen, you go there, and it's tough. It's tough. It really is. They just run away because there's this loud-ass sound cue. And the exposed status effect for 8 seconds, they can't catch up to a survivor in 8 seconds. It's difficult. This is a very weird ultra rare island, Iridescent. It's terrible. This is absolute trash. Going on to, you know, his very rare, which are supposed to be really good. Lightweight Greaves. After summoning the Jailer, the Knight's movement speed is increased by 10% for 6 seconds? Seriously? 6 seconds? After summoning the Jailer? What? Is this a joke? This is kind of trash. I'm gonna be honest. I see no practical use for this, because you know that half of those seconds are gonna be wasted getting out of your power. Look at another ultra rare, Flint and Steel. After summoning the Carnifex, the Knight can see the auras of survivors within 20 to 24 meters of unbroken pallets for 5 seconds. That's just such a weird add-on. That's just such a weird add-on that completely falls off in the late game. Completely trash. Sure, I mean, yeah, I'd say it has some, I don't know, early game potential, but other than that, it's just weird, man. It's a weird perk. When I see a survivor across the map, oh, let's go say hi while I'm defending my 3-gen? I mean, come on. Like, this is fucking goofy. I mean, like, even the rare add-ons are just... They're just kind of trash, man. When survivors escape guard hunts without being hit 3 times, the Knight gains undetectable status for 25 seconds. The point of guard hunts are to hit them, and the game knows this, so it's giving you add-ons for when you inevitably don't hit any survivors. I mean, undetectable status is okay and stuff, but 25 seconds? When your power doesn't even work, like... 5/6 of the time when the survivors just go away. It's not even like a threatening ability. Like with Artist, it's threatening. With Hag, it's threatening. Like you will lose the game if you do not pay attention to the killer's power. With Knight, it's like, oh, he summoned his guard. All right, I'm just gonna walk away. Yeah, you can save your sprint burst. You can walk away because the Knight because I walk over there as Knight, and then they just sprint away. Right? His power is worthless. The guards are slow. It's terrible, man. This is like actual trash. And then the uncommon ones are just kind of cycling through. I mean, not all of them, but like, yeah, it's just kind of trash. Like, look at this. Dried horse meat increases the amount of time a guard will hunt a survivor by 4 seconds? Dude, that's game-changing, man. 4 seconds? It's actually kind of crazy, man. That's really nuts. And funny enough, I think the best the best add-ons are actually gray, the common add-ons. I mean, look at this. Pillaged meat. Decrease the amount of time it takes for a guard to complete their order action by 25%. I feel like that's actually good. Like, that's actually kind of fire. That's more than brutal strength. That's like a brutal strength for your guards, and it's a common. I mean, look at this. Gritty lump increases guards' movement speed while on patrol by 90%, but not 90, by 9%. That's kind of okay, honestly. I feel I'm fine with that. That should be an uncommon. I really do think that should be an uncommon, because 9%, that's kind of a lot, man. I think that really works. That really works, man. That's good. These are great common add-ons. I feel like the Knight is getting the Demogorgon treatment when Demo came to D by D. When Demo came to oh my fucking god. When Demo came to Dead by Daylight, in which the other add-ons are completely garbage, but the common one's really good. And that's exactly how it is with the Knight. None of his add-ons are particularly game-changing. They're not very good. It's just kind of trash, man. I'm gonna be real. It's just kind of trash. There's just so many other killers that you can use. He's not fun. His power is extremely frustrating, especially when it doesn't activate. The guards don't work half the time, and it's frustrating, man. Teabag. Alright, I'm not gonna mention Teabag. I'm not a bitch, but like, it's frustrating, and survivors know this, man. I really do feel bad about buying this chapter. This was a fucking mistake. It was like $7, but it was a mistake. Man, alright, moving on. The counterplay for Knight is extremely easy. He has base movement speed, and his guards are like the easiest thing in the world. You see him use his ability, you just run out of there, and he can't get you. He can't get you. It's super easy to outplay the Knight. I could see the Knight being a noob stomper, because, you know, Jimmy just loaded into Dead by Daylight. It's his second game, and he's up against the Knight. Yeah, he's not gonna know what to do, but like, you know, everyone else is going to know how to counterplay this killer, because it's easy. Now, this isn't like Artist, because Artist draws her power while moving. It's super simple, it's super efficient, and it works. That's why Artist is an A tier killer. However, for the Knight, I have to put him at low C tier, because he's terrible. I genuinely don't think he will ever get above B tier. And that's only if, one, behavior fixes the numerous problems with the Knight. 2, I don't know, they buff his add-ons or something. And 3, someone just gets really good at the Knight. I don't know what to say. Someone just gets super good at the Knight. But other than that, I think the Knight is... he fell short really hard, and that does bring the title for full circle. But yeah, that's my opinion on the Knight. I played him. I know what I'm talking about. You guys have a great day. Bye.